Hey guys, welcome back to P3D. Hopefully we can do a better job with this aircraft, and we're back into the Flybe aircraft, the Dash 8 Q400. And there goes that one. And we're at Birmingham currently, and we're going back to Jersey. Last time we went to Jersey was from Gatwick with the British Airways 737-800, I believe. So now we're just here with our logo light on and some nav lights, getting ready for the catering to come on board. So let's go and open that service door, and the catering can load on. I should probably configure the same for this side with GSX, but currently it's going to keep it like that for now. There goes that Flybe, and we've got some other doors open. For some reason the front exit doors opened up, but it's going to open the other doors. Like so, it takes forever. What? Okay, yeah, seriously. The doors in this, I don't know. It's really confusing. I'm just gonna have to, like, yeah. It's gonna probably have to wait for the actual services to complete, and then we can get going with the other doors. Let's go and get inside the cockpit, and let's go and get a dome light on. We can actually see inside the cockpit. It'll be helpful. So, batteries are on. I've done that already. And bus tyres on. I've done connected to the external power with the AC control and external power. Engine intake doors we want to be in green. That's fine. And bleeder switches. Resoak fan can come on. Pressurization can be set as well. About 300 feet above ground. So that's set now. The packs are checked, so they're going to be on also. I do have the wipers on. It is a bit rainy, and emergency lights can now be armed. So, so that's done. Fuel transfer and quantity. Let's go and enter the fuel. So, our 0 fuel weight for the flight today is going to be 22,084. Enter that in, and the fuel on board is 1600. Like so. And that gives us our gross weight. That's all set up. Let's go and put in our little flight plan. From Birmingham to Jersey. Like so. And that can take us to the flight plan page from EGBB. Set that and go to the menu page and do the departure out of runway 33 today. And we're taking a SID of the ADMEX 1D. We can now actually go and close the service door. That's all set up. Let's go back to the flight plan, list, and flight plan. Let's make sure, yep, there we go, got a no link, which means we can't actually do our list airway thing. So we're taking the one, obviously that's the only one we can go for. And from that, we are going all the way down to Pepis, which is number 4. And then from that, we're going on the Q400. And we're going just to Sam. And then from there, we are going on the M195, which is number 2. And we're going to Marok, which is number 2. And from then, we're just doing one more, which is the ends number 2. And that's only going up to Lena, or Lena. And then we're going to do the arrival, because this is a flight done in the past. We can just enter it in. I know the winds that's going to be there at Jersey. And the runway is 26, which is number 2. And our star is the Jersey 1W, which is number 7. And are doing approach to runway 26 and doing ILS, which is number 2. And they're taking the Jersey 1, hopefully. So, that's all set up now for the flight plan. So, yeah. Make sure there is no disconnect. Oh, did I not click enter? I did not click enter, did I? I was meant to click the flight plan thing. Right, let's just do this again. Jersey, number 26, number 7, 1, 2, and 1. Then we click flight plan, and that now enters it into the flight plan. Nice. So we're going to delete this no link here. And that should be all good to runway 26. Yes, lovely. Let's go back to the normal flight plan page. And there we go. Let's go and open up. Have I requested boarding? Yes. Yeah, GSX gets a bit confused sometimes. So I'm going to have to reset it. And request boarding with service air. There we go. So now it should be all fine. So the baggage should be coming soon. It's just going to get out and get the baggage. Passengers can board once the truck has arrived. Oh, the bus is right here already. That's nice. And we've got the stairs as well. So hopefully that baggage is going to go and get our baggage. So let's just going to keep the wiper on low, and it's going to keep the heat up to normal. And it's going to wait us to open exit number 2. So we're going to open up all the doors. The forward passenger door. And then the after passenger door once it's ready. And then the baggage door. And that is just closing the main exit door. Why is it doing that? I bet that closes something else as well. Yes, it just closes that door. I seriously do not know what's up with this aircraft. It's like, I don't understand. Okay, right, what we're going to have to do is this aircraft, with its all its doors, just going to have to like close that baggage door and then open up the forward passenger door, pretend we're getting boarded, and that's all fine. Okay, now actually that's... Oh, come on. Right, we can actually stow the gear pins, which actually, I believe, should find a bag. So I tried to record this flight before, and the gear wouldn't come up, and it was due to the gear pins here. I'm not sure if it's install or I think it's stow, and that will just help us. It says apparently there's a bag behind the first officer. Once you stow the gear pins, you'll see a bag. I do not see a bag. Oh, there we go. Bag there, and you can see just there. Now they're stowed. Nice. Okay. Right, now I can actually get the gear to go up, which is the problem the last flight I tried to do. Right, well, not the one on YouTube right now, but just what I tried to do with you. Literally tried to do this flight not a couple of minutes ago, but some time ago. It just didn't work. So let's go and turn these on. Let's get this to standby on 2000. Like that. And I can actually go and close this forward passenger door now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our -8 Q400.
Let's go and make sure that it closes all the doors, not opens anything else. Okay, beautiful. And hopefully the pins are stowed, which they are. They're just there. Removed before the flight. So that's all good. So that's fine. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay. You can see there's no flight plan here. So what I have to do, go to data, and we go to crossfill flight plan, and then we're going to crossfill the fuel as well. Right, the FMS is now set, and what I'm going to do as well is we're going to do a flat 5 takeoff today. You can see our flight plans now and there. And actually as well, we need to set the QNH and everything else. Decision height can come down. QNH is 1010. And let's set this up here. And we need to go and set our speeds. So, doing a 180, 118 on the V1. And the same for the VR, like always. It's normally the same on these aircraft. And we're going all the way up to 122 on the V2, like that. Beautiful. So, We have done our flight deck safety checks, and now we're going to do the before start checklist. So, trims are now set. I don't know what ×3 means, but it's set. Going to bring the trim. Oh, that is the wrong button. Going to set the trim to about. Well, I think hopefully that hasn't set anything on the flaps there. ×3. It's gonna put it there. About there will do for the takeoff. And doors and fueling lights. They should be out, if that makes sense. And I've got to click the view in order to make sure that happens. It's really weird. Passenger signs can now come on. Cabin report is received. Flight deck doors locked. Anti-collision lights can now go red. And AP bleed. Well, we could go and turn on the AP now. And we can turn on the generator once that's turned on. So we can actually turn on the generator now, if that's alright. Cool. Next is the batteries and the bus voltage, which is fine. We can just check down here. And you can see everything. You can see it says DC external power on and AC external power on. When that, it will turn off once we've got the AP going. You can see some flickering here. The AP generators coming online. This is just warning us because we do have external power generators on, and now it's fine. And you can see those lights are turned off there. So the batteries are all good, and there's no warnings on that. I don't know if it tells me warnings if there is a warning. It's just that's just beeping at me because it is. And it's going to anti-skid on, and just get rid of that light. And we can go and set this to nav. Let's go and set this down to the range of 10, and this can go to the range of, let's keep it 40, along with some weather. That is weather on standby though. And then we're going to request GS6 for pushback with servicer. No, I do not want a de-icing treatment, and I want the nose to go right. Yeah, same as last flight, we're just going to wait for the pushback to finish until we can start the engines. So, packs on also, reset fans are on. Most of these things are due to, the warnings are mainly due to the engines not being turned on, that's fine. And we can now go and remove the GPU. Just going to wait for that to go, and then we get going with the pushback. So this is an engine view. Normally I have a view like here for the wing, but I don't know if I should have one here. I don't know if that's a bit too unrealistic because you never get a view from up here in real life. So yeah, I might as well just to have a view there really, and make some use of my number 2, which actually sets to the left overwing view like this, but not now. We are doing a video. So let's turn the nav source to FMS1 on both sides. And we're going to set the altitude to our flight. Cruise. Sorry. Hiccup there. And parking brakes are now released. And so that's altitude set of a flight cruise of 230. And we're going to set the heading, which is, I think is 327, which is the runway heading. Along with, we can go and set, no, let's do the VS just now. Yeah, we can. Which is a vertical speed of plus 200, along with a nav can come on. And that'll just kick in once the autopilot turns on. So obviously the flight directors comes in. That's fine just now. I think I got an aircraft on final. What should we do? This is a Boeing 757-200. Don't know if you can see its lights. There it is. It's just there. Out of nowhere. What aircraft is it? Airline, sorry. I have no idea. So let's go and turn the TCAS to on, out. Not like that. Let's just do that. Okay, hold it down. On out. some reason it says out on for some reason on the checklist, but it's the other way around in here. So hey, there it is. Right, parking brake is now set. Don't think I have to turn on the pitot heats just yet. That comes on until the lineup, so don't have to do anything there for now. We could turn on some de-icing really. Don't need it just yet. It's not actually that cold. It's not icing conditions. It's just GSX thinks it is. It is actually 7 degrees. We're all good. It is absolutely freezing though. Got lovely music playing in the background. We do have a Dash 8 just waiting behind us. That's fine. It could be. Let's check the time. That could be, because we're actually meant to depart in 3 minutes time. That could be our flight that was meant to be in real time. So that's that. I think we can go and start engines now. So let's go and select number 2 for the engine. And we can go and start the engine. And then bring in the fuel. I hate these fuel levers. I wish it synced up with the mixture, so when I get around about 75% or like max, it goes all the way to the max or something. But I had to do it manually. And that was the fault of the last video. We can actually turn off and park these windshield wipers. No, we can't. It's just engine start. It's a bit weird. And now start number 1.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our airline, we would like to welcome you
So,
aboard of our Dash 8
once the engines are started,
The flight time today will be approximately 2 hours. Would you please fasten your seatbelt?
we can go and get everything done for the in terms of turn off the APU first once the start switches are clicked out.
For takeoff and landing, these devices must be switched off, and the cellular phones may not be used during the entire flight. We wish you a pleasant stay on board.
Right, there we go. The PAs is finished, and the last bits of the startup. Just make sure everything's stable. You see the ITT is still rising there. So, after start checklist, so we can go and get rid of the external power, AP power, sorry. So that can go, and the main bus tie can come off. Electrical panels are checked, everything's fine, we did that ages ago. We can set these levers to the max. You see how to do it manually, and it just takes so much time. And the auto feather can now come on. Fuel pumps can come on. Hydraulics are now... It says checked. Did I have meant to turn them on before? I hope not. It just says checked. Yes, we should probably turn the hydraulics on now. Like that. And the flaps and speed, we can now set flaps 5. Rudder, check if that's got full travel. You can see it just stand there, which it does. And the nose steering can now come on. Right, PFD, NFD, and ED is all checked. There's no warnings or anything that surprise us. And we can now go and do the taxi. We can actually turn on the bleed airs. For some reason these wipers are paused, if that makes sense. You can literally see it. Oh, we're going backwards. No, we're not. Okay. We might have gone backwards if we weren't careful. And these windshield wipers are now going to park. There we go. Right. Do they not go to low anymore? There we go. They were just stuck for some reason. They probably got iced up or something. That's quite cool. So hopefully those nose steering pins are fine. We can actually get our gear to retract. That was a bit of a mistake I had. Actually, we are going straight onto Charlie. Runway hold short, which is straight ahead. I hope we can go on that. I say. Hopefully it says we can enter it. Hope we do. There goes the Lufthansa A318. I remember seen that aircraft when we took off last time. Well, I took off last time, and had to redo the flight though. That's sad. Right, pretty much that's going. So pretty much good for lineup actually as well. So we can go line up with the aircraft. With the runway. Turn on the yaw damper. Takeoff power is end top for today. Takeoff warning can be tested. That's fine, don't worry. And what else do we have to do? Lineup. So anti-collision lights are now white, and that logo light can come off now. And flaps are no, I'm reading the wrong thing. Wow. Land lights on. That light can come off. Pedostatics are now come on. Bleeds are meant to be on, which they are. Dome light can now come off. What we need to do though is get some lights inside this aircraft. Oh, hello. Okay, okie dokie. Right, caution panel should be checked, and there should be nothing like warning, so it's all black is what we want. Except the parking brake just shows up there. Actually, wiper can stay on low. And what we're going to check is make sure overhead console, glare shield, all of these can come a bit brighter. We can actually see some more things. And are those the only lights? Do we have a floodlights? That would be helpful. Don't think we do though. We might. What's this? Oh, this is what we need. I don't think there's any floodlights though, sadly. Circuit breaker lights can come on. That's it. Where's circuit breakers in this aircraft? Behind me. And we should probably turn on the circuit breaker lights for the other side as well. There we go. Like that. And yes, these sides of the aircraft are going to steam up. I tried to like unsteam them or anything. It didn't work. So, release the parking brakes. Get some power in the aircraft. Get rid of the gust lock if I can select it. And top. We can actually turn off nose steering, which would help. And we can use the rudder to steer us along with the runway. So airspeed is alive. I don't know if they call 80 knots in this aircraft. We do have a bit of a crosswind for takeoff, and weather should be on. Right, V1, rotate. So I remember taking off last time, had a bit of a crosswind, so I do remember that. So gear can come up. Oh, that's beautiful. Gear is coming up. I am happy. Right, well, I hope it's coming up, I say. There we go. The gear is up. I am extremely happy. Autopilot can come on straight away. And our transition altitude for today is 6,000 feet for our departure. Hopefully I can do a better job with this flight today than the last flight. So that was a bit of a disaster. Don't worry, give me a thumbs down for that flight, but this flight, give a thumbs up for now. Beautiful. Right. I remember coming out of the clouds. The view was absolutely astonishing. I loved it. Engine intake should be in green, that's fine. Wiper can actually come off to park. Are they parked or something? Yeah, no, cool, that's good. So, flight time, hopefully that's counting now. It's automatic. Hopefully it's not too dark inside the cockpit. Hopefully you guys can see. And now I'm going to turn up the range on the ND. Like that. You can see the weather. Why is that on test? I turned it on to on. Does it have to test before it turns on? Probably. That might be it. Okay. Let's let that test then. So we're coming up to 4,000 feet now. You can see some stars coming through. It is just passing 7:20 Zulu time. This is pretty much sunrise now. And actually flaps can come up. Should have done that quite a while ago. For some reason they're still on test. Don't know why it's stuck on test for the weather. Cool. And oh, there we go. Okay, that's really weird. It got stuck on test. Probably I scrolled a bit too fast or something like that, and that's probably the problem there. So once we pass transition altitude, I'm going to go into climb speed, which is a vertical speed of 1,000, and I'm going to bring the props down. So landing gears up, flaps are 0, bleeds are on, climb power will be set soon. Now it's be set 1013, and up here as well 1013. Climb power can now be set, and bring our vertical speed down to 1,000 feet per minute. So altimeters are set, ice protection is as required, not needed. Pressurization is checked, standby, everything's fine. Fuel pumps can come off and also feather along with it. Please tell me if these are not the fuel pumps as well, because I'm recording this flight before I've actually, like, you guys seen the first flight, so that's a bit of a disaster. I know what it is before you guys do. Yes, okay. Hopefully the autopilot's still on, which it is. Nav and VS is still on. Fine. Cool. That's all the checklist done for our departure. And we do have the tail light off, don't we? And exterior lights can stay on for now. I'm going to wait for 10,000 feet for that, and passenger signs as well at 10,000 feet. You see, it is clearing off actually a bit. You see the sunset now. It was completely dark down in Birmingham. We get above the clouds and boom, it is quite bright, I would say. Yeah. So we're going to turn off the lights at 8,000 feet, and I hope you enjoyed our takeoff today. I hope I fixed, I'd say, the problem where P3D, the recording would freeze once I exit P3D in full screen mode, like go into different applications or something. So I think I fixed it by turning off desktop capture, and now we're here. So I hope. So right, cool. That's all checklist done. I hope everything's fine. I can get some cinematics in this flight. If not, I am extremely, truly, extremely sorry. But see. Right, so I hope for the takeoff. I'll see you in the descent, about 15,000 feet, maybe 20,000 feet. Though we might have needed some more time, as we saw in the last video. But hey, and yes, I will see you in the descent. Enjoy the cinematics if there are any. Goodbye. Hey guys, welcome back into the descent down into Jersey. As you can see, it's actually an extremely cloudy day today on the, well, right now it's 11th of November, which is the flight which we are doing. 11th of November flight. It's taking a flight at 7:15, landing and something time. I don't know what time we're landing. But we're back, coming in. We are in the descent on the VNAV path. Just about to pass 16,000 feet actually. Don't need to turn on the seatbelt signs just yet. And you can see the sun is still just about rise there, as you can see. Been flying for actually only 34 minutes. I think we must have had like, some sort of tailwind. Yes, we have. You can see just here we've had a 53 knot tailwind, and that's kind of helped us get on quite well. And the trip time is meant to be 45 minutes, so that's that. So our arrival into Jersey is quite simple actually. We just go straight in, like literally just go straight in and then turn right and boom. And that's it really. Turn some ranges in on some FMSs, and so we are approaching at altitude. That is not the altitude I want. It's just so I can get my VNAV down. I'm going to set it down to like 2,000 or something. Like so, there we go, 2,000, and make sure that speed doesn't drop too much. Just gonna make sure it climbs in this a bit. I want to descend at like 200 knots. So, our descent pressurization needs to be set. I believe though, Jersey is the same height as Birmingham, so runway altitude. Yeah, so we're pretty much good for that actually. So there's no pressurization that needs to be changed. Our landing flats will be at 35, like so, and our approach QNH, that's not now, so that's all good. Make sure we don't go too fast. So, that's all good then. We set our landing flaps. You can see the little arrival just there, poking out. Got a waypoint alert, that's fine. I'm gonna unlink the this, and that can still be a no link there. I'm gonna do the same on this side because these don't link up. So there we go. We can actually unselect them and go back to where we were, like that. So now we actually have to go around as well. I'm going to set the weather to be ranged a bit down, about -2. We get some weather from lower down as we are going down, like descending. -2 degrees. Well, we are about -2 or 3 degrees, so that's fine. Yeah, we are approaching the cloud level now, and Jersey is coming up. So what I'm going to do is set the ILS, which we're going to punch in here, and the ILS or slash localizer will be a 110.3, and that should be both sides. That's all good. You can see the ILS glide, so just poked up there. That's fine. And that's it really. There's nothing else done, the arrival and everything, which we are on currently. So that's all good for our arrival. And what's the transition altitude? 5,000 is the transition altitude. And I should say try and keep it 200 knots, and we're currently going at 230 knots. Okay, lights can come on. Well, I guess it's good to descend quite fast. We can get to our destination fast. That's fine. So seatbelt sights, ice detected. That's just popped up. So I'm going to get the de-icing on, which is just oh yeah, ice on the props here. Looks like it's just on the props. Luckily we can actually come out here and see. Is there a way to do it on the props? Yes, just there. There we go. This is going to switch between each prop, and that's all good. Does it say ice detection on the props? I don't know. Hopefully we can see out here. Yeah, there we go, the ice is now gone. They're just going to cycle through once, then stop. And hopefully the ice detection is going to go. I hope we're on the VNav actually. Got a duplicate of CF26. Ah. That might have changed a bit the VNav actually. Hopefully not. It's going to change this up a little bit like that, and hopefully we can get that going a bit better. I'm going to go to the VNav page once again and set this up to the the 4, enter that in, and that's all good. That's the flight plan. Actually, we've got a little bit of a circle before we come in, so that's going to happen. And apparently we're a bit high on the VNav now. We can set the altitude, hit altitude button, and that will just hold us at our current altitude. So we can actually bring our speed right to the top again, and set the power to a cruise speed. Make sure it doesn't actually get too fast quickly. Make sure our VNav is staying at altitude desired, just 2000, so we can actually activate the VNav. Make sure that speed doesn't go too high. Yeah, so from our current position there to that, which is our VNav at 2000, we're hopefully descending at 1,800 feet for that, and that's all set up nicely. And let's go back to our page. Let's go to the next page. We can see a bit more on that. So I'm going to zoom in once more on that side, on the ND, and once more on this side. We can actually see some terrain around us. Hopefully the ice detection has gone, which it has, so we can turn off the ice protection now. Hopefully that VNav comes flying past soon. Hopefully there isn't much ice build up coming up in the engines. Waypoint alert, which is the top of descent, and I can see the VNav coming back down. We can activate VNav, and once it catches VNav, it'll be on the VNav path. There we go, VNav path. Gonna set power to about flight idle, like so. And the MCL, which is our little descent power. So, yeah, I can actually see on our little plan here that we're going to do 2000. Oh yeah, I'll go around actually, it's at 2000 as well. That's good. Right. What I'm going to do now is make sure that throttle isn't bouncing around. Make sure we're not going a bit too fast. Like that, and we can actually set this RPM down. Actually, what I've done, I've actually mapped my throttle. Sadly, it's the trim that does it, which I found out. So that's that. We're about to do our turn as well. Hopefully I can get some flaps out, and hopefully it'll slow us down a bit more. And once more on the range on this ND, we can actually zoom in all the way. I believe, nah, that's fine. Cool. So we're going to do our little turn with a heading of 264. 268. 264. And that's all set now. And it's passing 5,000 feet, so let's go and set the QNH. Jersey currently, which is 1015. And we can also set the minimums, which is, with an ILS, it is 470. Like that. Beautiful. Then we can go back to decision height, so we don't actually mess around with the minimums there. And once more it'll turn to our final runway heading. Hopefully the glide slope comes in. I'm going to arm the approach, which is the glide slope here. That's currently holding on the pitch actually. It's just holding the pitch here until we actually hit the VNAV. So I'm actually going to bring the VNAV back on until we get back online with the LNAV. And we've got some rain. So let's go and turn the wipers onto low. Ice protection? No, there's no ice detected. That's good. The FPS on those wipers are amazing. Never seen so white wipers like that. My view currently feels like I'm in a track IR sort of view. We got the pilot. Something when he turned left, it kind of the view kind of tilts the head and stuff like that. Oh, we should watch our speed as well. It is a bit bouncy roundy, if that makes sense. Right, so let's go and do our landing speeds as well. Going to do the speed select. We'll be landing flats 35, so therefore we are at a 24 for takeoff. So we're doing a autopilot turns off after that. There we go. Turn the autopilot back on because that kind of did a crazy thing for us, and we can actually go and set our speed up now. If I can select speeds, there we go, and we're doing a speed of 112. Yeah, there's actually no V2 speed, and so we're going to set as well V2 speed of not double, but plus 10, which is 122. Like that. And let's go back on the LNAV and the VNAV as well. There we go, back on the VNAV path. And we can bring our speed down again. And let's be a bit more cautious on our speed this time. Right, so atoms are set, fuel transfer off. Tanks can come on. That's all good. Hydraulics are checked. Passenger signs can now come on. Don't worry about the terrain. That's all fine for now. Cabin is secured. Ice protections as required. Landing gear will be down. Condition levers max. There is no terrain. Be quiet. And we're coming up to our 10 nautical miles in the range here. I'm going to hold at 2,000 feet until the glide slope comes in. And it's asking us about the terrain, so we're going to bring the gear down. And I'm going to hold the altitude here until the glide slope comes in.
Descend.
And there's apparently traffic around us. So I'm going to turn off the aircraft for now. Going to set the glide slope on. Apparently that glide slope isn't coming in for us. Right, going to set all the flaps now. Going to get our speed nice and good. I can see the runway. Don't know if how YouTube's going to render this out, but the runway is in sight. Right, max on the fuel levers. So prop RPM to the max. And I'm going to get rid of autopilot for now. And the auto amp actually stays on, doesn't it? I'm going to line up the runway here. and I'm not sure what the glide slope's doing right now. So yeah, we are going to have to do a quick descent. Maybe the glide slope wasn't quite good, or activated or something like that. We probably could have stayed on the VNAV for now. Make sure the flaps are set to 35, which they are. Gonna watch our sync rates actually as well.
500.
Gonna watch our speed. Right, pappy lights are saying 2 reds, 2 whites. That's lovely. And now it's 3 reds, 1 white. It's gonna bring the nose up a bit.
Lights low.
Don't worry about the glide slope. It's perfectly fine for now.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Right, touchdown. Right, back to the beta range and well, can't speak today. On the props there. Gonna bring in some reverses as well. It's quite a short runway. And we can bring out the reverses, and we can get off the runway. So, gonna bring the traffic back on now. And the nose wheel steering can come on. Right, taxi light can come on, and the landing lights can come off. If I can brake in time, I get turn around here, and the exterior lights can come to red. Just made that turn actually. Right, let's get off this. So, going to bring the spoilers down to taxi. Going to keep the wipers going for now. That's all good. Gonna get the AP started up. Gonna get a stand requested by GSX. Gate Mountain 19 would do maybe. Do they have a 19 at? Yeah, cool, 19. And going to be serviced by a servicer. And you can see it's just over there. Lovely. Right, flats can come up. Flats can come all the way up now. And flight time 49 minutes. Right, so we are now down after landing. Control lock, yes, that should come on. Yes. And anti-collision lights are red, flaps are 0. Weather radar can come to standby. If I know where I'm taxiing would help as well. And what else do we have to do? Flight taxi, so that's the spoilers, that's on taxi now. Ice protection is off, and main bus tie can come on now. And the yaw damper can now come off. Right, here's our little gate here. Number 19. Right, the taxi light come off. Let's turn off some lights in this aircraft. We don't need them anymore. Like that. Make sure we don't actually park a bit askew. It'll be helpful. Right, gonna get ready to stop the aircraft. Not here. It's a bit more. Okay, it's going to cut the engines here now. That's what GS6 wants us to do. Make sure the generators are on. And we're getting... do you need bleed air from... no, not just yet. So we can now shut off the engines. And just get rid of all these caution lights going off. Anti-collision can come off. So park and brake is normal. Okay, all these beeps are just all of the warnings that's coming up now. This is disconnected. And everything's good. No steering. Should have came off. Weather was off. And that's on standby now. Bleeds should be on minimum and off. And GPUs as required. Passenger signs can now come off, along with the lights, which should be as required. So these exterior lights can come off. Battery master, that's fine. We're on the APU. So pitot statics can come off. Wiper can stop and go to park now. We don't need that anymore. The heats can come off now. That can just all go crazy. Bleed air can come on for the APU. Get some air conditioning inside the aircraft. Request GS6 for deboarding. Data page is what we want to go to, and the exit page. Go to messages, VNAV disconnect, that's fine. So our total flight time today is 49 minutes. We're due to do 45, but that's fine. A bit slow on the descent sometimes, some of it. That's fine. Baggage unloading complete apparently, even though we haven't done any baggage unloading. Gonna open up some doors. Apparently opening the after door closes the main door. I don't know why that does that. Seriously, Majestic, is there some sort of wizardry I have to learn or something? Quite annoyed. But yeah, let's just leave the flight here. I hope you enjoyed the flight today with our Flybe Q400. It's just been a bit more successful than the old one, the one we did before. And I hope you enjoyed that flight today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.